Welcome back, space engineers. Just got a quick video on another quick field. It's a factory. So the factory will be used for repairing, assembling large ships, small ships, stations, I guess, station parts. Hopefully they can start putting in, you can start attaching other parts to other parts, maybe in the future. Who knows? So basically we have the assembly deck up here at the top. We've got access points for material on the 6 pads here, including the conveyor belt in the front and the exterior port for freighters and large haulers, and all that stuff. And then also the command center up front and an elevator for assembly for the lower sections where everything's being put together. So at the bottom, I put these side bumpers on that are checkered, so if a ship would collide with the factory by accident, it wouldn't damage all the important components below, which these are main final storage for parts that have been processed or brought in via the conveyor belt. And then we also have assembly arrays, reactors, and large storage on the other portion of the lower deck, along with a cluster of refineries. So let's go ahead and take a closer look on the inside. Looks like I got a misplaced can there. Looks like I'm a little far away from the gravity generator. So up here we have our assembly arrays that would take goods in, assemble them, deposit them into the can cluster there. We've also got another can cluster with a cluster of refineries, all conveyor belted, that hook up to the exterior port. And we also have main storage, and those all hook up via conveyor belt to the industrial port or docking area for the industrial ships. It's a little bigger than shuttle docking. So as you can see, we've got plenty of stuff up here. We've got a cluster of assembly arrays. They're connected to a massive cluster of storage cans. It also has a pretty good collection of reactors. It's kind of hard to tell how much all the processes will take and the final bugs for power consumption, so I figured massive collection of reactors can never hurt. And of course we've got this cluster of storage containers. You have access to all the conveyor belts. There's a cluster of reactors a little bit. Then we'll go out to the industrial port or docking bay. We've already got a mini hauler transport here in the bay, but this would be probably primarily where all the ships would come in, undock goods using these ports and conveyor belts, hopefully, or using the exterior port that I provided, so a freighter can pull up without bumping into the factory. So it sticks out a little farther, projects, so I don't have to worry about parking. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. I've got a couple small rooms here, but I'll probably end up putting more assembly arrays, or maybe there'll be more modules that come up. And I'll be able to put them here, but this is the bottom portion of the assembly elevator, which takes goods up to the assembly level, or launch level, or final assembly. So hopefully additional parts can be brought in and you can add to them. Or projects you're working on, you can put in storage and then bring them back out. So we got our gravity generator, med lab, gyroscope just to keep this thing kind of stable if it gets bumped. Again, space elevator. Up here I've got, this is shuttle bay parking, so if you have your own little ship you're just moving around, you can park it up here. It says this upper level parking for smaller ships. Access point's pretty small, so you can only really bring in some small ships. And these are the different ports. So this would be the shuttle docking entrance, and then you got the industrial with the square. So if you have your shuttlecraft, you can just fly in here, land, and then park your vehicle up at the top. Now, off to the right here, see, that's where you can park your shuttle. You can also leave or come in that way. And then we've got the tugboats. I've got 3 tugboats here. A 4th one's down at the mining operation that we had a crash. But technically these 3 tugboats right now are helping keeping the factory stabilized. So if a freighter hit the factory, there's not enough engines on it to keep it stable. So right now these tugboats are the engines. There we can see, I don't know, can't see the 4th one down there. I'll show that in the next video. We have a freighter crash. We'll have to go pick up the wreckage. And that video will be mostly showing the features of these tugboats, which for right now are parked underneath the factory, helping keep the factory stabilized. And then we can access them through that one port. So here we go. We've got the 3 tugboats, industrial docking array, and all the factories, refineries, assembly arrays, and reactors. So that's the factory build. I think this will be my last industrial build. I'll eventually just go ahead and move on to military class ships, probably for now. But for now, just playing around with the paint schemes, different ship builds, trying to get different ideas, and go from there. I think what we'll do, I forgot to turn on the lights for the elevator here. So I'm going to jump in and I'll show you the command captain's chair for the factory. It's up here on the 2nd level. So here's the chair. You can look out here. There's a couple of viewing ports. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. So there you go. Exterior build. We got our elevator. I can turn on the lights once I find the button. There we go. So that's for the elevator, bringing up parts. The main assembly building with the larger checker areas for civilians. We got our industrial port, our shuttle port with the 2 outputs. And then, I don't know, tried to play around with the build. There's our 3 tugboats, refineries, assembly arrays, landing deck. So, hope you guys enjoyed my build. Just playing around with some big structures. I started getting some lag. This thing I think has close to 5,500 blocks. So, fairly big build. So, like the video, share, comment if you will. If you don't like it, comment why you don't like it. And I'm very happy to take any kind of suggestions or comments. So again, enjoy. Thanks for watching.